What's up everybody, it's Luke from the Happy Fits. I just want to give you a quick rundown of my drum kit. I'd first like to start off with my drumsticks. I use Vic Firth Hickory 7As, American Classics. They're great. They have a great reach. I like them a lot more than the 5As just because when you're doing fills coming around the kit, it's a lot easier to reach everything you need to without overexerting, making too much sound. It really paces your playing style. Next on the list is the big Fat Snare Drum. This guy is great. You just throw it on your snare. If you're rushing to a gig, you don't like tuning, you can throw it on. It really tightens the sound, brings the whole snare together, and yeah, they're great. I love this kit. I've had this since our very first tour. This is the Pdp Maple Concept Series. So in this kit, I have a 12-inch rack tom, a 16-inch floor tom, and a 22-inch bass drum. So on the rack tom and the floor tom, I have Remo Emperor coated heads. These guys work great. They really bring in the sound. For the bottom of my snare drum, I use a Gennaro Rezo 1-ply clear drum head. This works great. It really matches with the Evans 360 coated on the top, and yeah, really hones in the sound. So for my 22-inch bass drum, I have an Evans 360 drum head with a dampening ring on it. It's 2-ply. It works great. This drum is a really big sounding drum, so I needed something to bring in the sound. It was reverberating too much, and having that dampening ring and the 2-ply makes it very tight. Sounds great. As for the front of the bass drum, I use an Evans 360 EQ3 Resonant head. For the logo, my dad has a vinyl cutter. We ended up just printing out the design and slapping it right on the front. So next on the list is my hi-hat stand. I use a Speed Cobra with 2-prong legs. You can adjust these legs however you want. This works great, especially when you have a double bass drum or you're on a tight stage. You can move it wherever you want, and it's always reliable and consistent. So here we have the Pdp Rap Tom Holder. I love it because typically with this kit, it came with a rack tom holder here, and the issue that most drummers have with that is that not only does it affect the sound, but it makes it much more difficult to set up the rack toms how you want them. So having it on the cymbal stand makes it really easy. I can match it up with the cymbal super quick so that when I get on stage, I can just set up, I know how this kit works, and it really fits well. So for my foot pedal, I have the DW 9000 series. DW just kicks butt with any hardware they make, and this guy definitely has a lot of reaction time. For my snare stand, I use Pearl. Really straightforward, very simple concept. It's super easy to adjust and extremely reliable. So for my hats, I have 14-inch Baizen Sandblasted hi-hats. These guys work great. I was looking forever for a sound for my hi-hat. The thing I was looking for most is when you open it, close. I was looking for something that was a little less bright. So having these darker cymbals really worked great, and they have a very unique sound. So for my crash cymbal, I use Dream. This is a Bliss Paper Thin series. This guy is an 18-inch, it works great. I really love the bigger cymbals because a lot of our sound really depends on crash cymbals. So having this guy, but also be paper thin, it brings in the sound, doesn't reverberate too much, drag out too long. They're very quick and very precise. They sound great live, also recorded. So for my ride cymbal, I have a 22-inch crash ride. It's the Energy series by Dream. This guy is great. I love having the option of, you know, either crashing or using it as a ride. It works really good because you can get that bigger washed out sound by hitting the side. On the top, you get that more pingy, classic ride feel, and then the bell is much lower than most bells. It's not pingy, doesn't hurt your ears, and it washes out very, very nicely. So on the bottom of my rack tom and my floor tom, I use the Remo Resonant heads. Works great with the coated. It's just the standard. You need batter on top, resonant on bottom. They're clear 1-ply, and they really bring out the sound. That's my drum kit. Thanks so much for listening, guys, and I'll see you next time.